Morning. My name is Maria Bird. I decided to do these videos regarding meditation recently because of some of the events that have been happening around my life. Not necessarily me, but people, friends, and relatives suffering from strokes. There was a few heart attacks. I've had a few friends that have killed themselves in the recent months, and I have several friends that suffer from anxiety. Now, I used to suffer from anxiety many years ago. I would wake up with panic attacks. I would have panic attacks during the day where I just couldn't I felt like I didn't have enough breath. And I suffered from ailments. I had TMJ. I had, pains in my shoulders and, in my legs, and I also had, like heart problems at the time. I was on all different kinds of medications, and none of them that really helped me that much. I mean, pain medication, it would dull the pain, but then the pain would come back, so it wasn't really helping what was going on with my body. Now, meditation helps. Also having a very clean diet helps the pain as well. So I'm not going to say that meditation is the be all and end all. It is not. Having a healthy diet and also exercise is very important to having a healthy outlook or a healthy body. Anyway. But meditation has helped, as far as I'm concerned, my TMJ, the pains in my arms, in my shoulders, and the panic attacks. So I figured I would talk a little bit about, what stress does to you. Most people are suffering from stress. We all have stress. Everybody has a certain level of stress every single day. And some people are really great at coping with it, and other people are not so much. And I learned how to have coping skills, learning, to breathe, to meditate. And when I teach people, the first thing people, would say is, I don't have time for meditation. Well, I say, do you have time to breathe? Because you can meditate at any point, any time during the day. You don't need to be sitting in lotus position in order to meditate. There are activities that are very meditative. You can garden, you can crochet, you can take, photography, even sports. When you're running around on a basketball court, or playing baseball or football, there are different ways of meditating, because meditating is getting into a zone, and we get into a zone by not thinking. Thinking too much is what causes a lot of stress. We're either thinking about what's going on, what's going to happen in the future, or thinking about things that we have done in the past. And both are not going to help you right now. Whatever has happened in the past, it's done. Whatever you're thinking about in the future, well, that's made up. So what you want to do is concentrate on what's going on now. So let me get back to the sports thing. I used to play basketball years ago, and there's a portion of sports where you are getting into the zone, and when I facilitate meditation workshops, I always talk about the free throw. So when you're sitting in meditation, or you're walking around in meditation, you have a lot of chatter going on in your head. So when, it's just like when a basketball player goes out and throws a free throw. Now, a free throw is where you stand behind a line. No one is going to block you. You get to throw the ball, into the hoop, and hopefully it'll go in. There's a lot of distractions with a basketball player doing such things, because you have the people around them. people around them are either, clapping, or cheering or booing or trying to make sure that this basketball player is not going to get this ball in and score. The first thing that the basketball player has to do is get rid of the noise. And that's what we do in meditation. We're getting rid of the noise. There's a lot of chatter going on. And what we need to do is get rid of the chatter. And it's not that easy in the beginning. But eventually, you will learn how to do it. So a basketball player has a ritual. Most players have a ritual. When I threw a free throw, I had a ritual. I would take the ball, I would stand behind the line, and the first thing I would do is I would dribble the ball. I would dribble it 3 times, but the first time the ball would hit the floor, it was loud. It was like bang. So that would get me into what I was doing. So bang, there I am. And then I dribble and dribble. And I'm getting into the motion of my body, not listening to anything that is around me, just the motion of my body. And I would dribble the ball 3 times, and I would do it that 3 times. So it would be 1, 2, 3. I'd hold the ball. 1, 2, 3. Hold the ball. Last time. 1, 2, 3. And then at that point, everything has been, taken away from me. I'm not thinking about, getting the ball in or not getting the ball in because I'm out of my head. Because if you're in your head, you're not going to get that ball in. If you're thinking about, wow, I'm going to get this ball in, it's not going to work. If you're thinking I can't get the ball in, well, you won't get the ball in. So what you have to do is 1, 2, 3, get out of your head. 3, 4, 5, and you just get into the rhythm of what you're doing. You're being present. You're being in the now. That's what it's called, being in the now. And you get so into the now that you're able to let go. And when you're able to let go, hopefully, with a lot of practice, you will get your ball into the hoop and score. And hopefully, with a lot of practice, you will sit or you will stand and move around and get all the thoughts out of your head. So again, there's meditative activities. Running is meditation all in itself, and you're moving very, very fast. But what happens is you start getting into the motion of your body and the way it's going. And you're listening to things that are, you're listening to the sounds of the birds, the sounds of the cars, or whatever's going on around you. But you're in the moment. And then you get this high, which is called a runner's high. And you get the same high when you're sitting down doing meditation, because you're out of your head. And then all of a sudden, this clarity comes over you. And it is a high. It's definitely a high. And you start to feel really, really good. So when people, tell me that they cannot sit still, they can't, focus on anything, well, you can. You just give your brain something to do in the beginning, and then you let it go. So right now, for a moment, I want you to think about what a stressful day is to you. Think about the stress in your life. Stress at work, the stress, with your family, the worst day of your life, and just get into that moment and tense up your body. Tense up your body. I want you to understand what your stress is doing. So tense up your shoulders, tense up your neck, because we get all, tense in the neck. And in that moment, while you're all tensed up, just try and take a breath. That breath is not going in properly. It's very, very hard to breathe when you're like that. And if it's hard to breathe, your oxygen, the breath is not getting to the heart, which needs oxygen. It is not being pumped throughout the different parts of the body. When you're bent over, and we're all bent over if we're working on a computer, when you're bent over, you're not breathing properly. When you are tensed up in the shoulders and the neck, the vessels are being held and the oxygen is not getting to those muscles over here. And this is why you start feeling pain, because you're not getting the proper oxygen that is supposed to flow throughout the body. Oxygen, the breath is life. So if you have time to breathe, which we all do, why not breathe consciously? So we're going to take a couple of conscious breaths. I'm going to do 5 breaths right now because of time. So sit down wherever you are, or if you're walking or listening, not while you're driving, because if you're driving and listening to this, well, shame on you. But if you're sitting down and you're watching this, just straighten up your back, loosen up the muscles. Notice if any other muscles in your body are tense. Just loosen them up and relax them. But we always want a straight body, because we want the oxygen to go where it's needed, and in order for it to do that, it needs a straight pathway, like a straw. If you're bent over the straw, you're not going to get the oxygen through. Nothing is going to come through the straw. Same thing with the shoulders. All right, so we're just going to relax everything. Relax your legs. All right, so we're going to do 5 breaths, and during these 5 breaths, I'm going to give your brain something to do. We're actually going to count the breath going in, we're going to hold it, and then we're going to count the breath out. So on the intake, what I would like you to do with me is count, it'll be a count of 6. And then we're going to hold it for 2 seconds, and then we're going to release it for 7. Your out breath is a little bit longer than your in breath. So we're going to breathe in on a count of 6, we're going to hold it for 2, and we're going to release the breath for a count of 7. All right, so our bodies are relaxed, they're straight. We're going to close our eyes. Well, you don't have to close your eyes, but it feels a little bit better if you close your eyes. All right, so close your eyes. I'm going to take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When everybody's ready, you just open your eyes. Feels good. I even feel good right now. So that is just 5 breaths. Imagine what 10 breaths would feel like. When I facilitate workshops, at different firms and companies, I mention 10 breaths in the morning just before you start your busy day can make a load of difference. If you are going through any kind of stress during the day, if you just stop and take 10 breaths, it would make a load of difference. And if you want to continue learning how to meditate, you can just sit in a chair and count the breath in and out, giving your brain something to do so you're not thinking about everything else that is going on. And then eventually, you will be so good at this that you will actually let go of counting the breath in and out. You can relieve a lot of stress just by breathing consciously. And that's what I'm hoping, that by doing these videos, I am teaching people how to cope with the stress that is going on in their day. It has helped me more than you know, and I'm hoping to help others as well, because it is very hard watching my friends and my family suffer from whatever is going on in their lives, whether it's anxiety, it's heart disease or stroke or whatever it is. So if you could just take those 10 breaths every single day, you can do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening, you can do it in the middle of the day, anytime, because we're breathing all day long. But if you breathe consciously and you're staying in the now and in the zone, it will benefit you, mind, body, and soul. So I guess that's my message for today, and I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me. You can contact me on Facebook, or you can message me, or even contact me. If you have my phone number, you can contact me. Alright, so I hope everybody has a great day. I am about to do my housework for the day, and mind you, you can meditate during housework. I will do another video regarding that maybe one of these days. Alright, so have a great day. Bye.